this is Wigz from WigzWheelz. Today I'm showing you how to replace your rear left brake caliper on a 2004 to 2011 Kia Picanto. This is everything you're going to need to get the job done. You want an open-ended 8mm spanner. You want a ratchet with a 14mm, a 12mm and an 8mm deep socket, a flathead screwdriver or any kind of pry bar, a wire brush, some grips, a 21mm socket to take your wheels off with a breaker bar, a torque wrench, your new caliper and a caliper bleeding kit. First thing you want to do before you jack the car up is make sure that you've loosened your wheel studs or your wheel bolts. You won't be able to do this with the car in the air. After you've done that, jack the car up, get the wheel off and get your axle stand under the car. Make sure you take the lid off your reservoir. Then you can do the 12mm bolt that's holding your brake hose to the caliper. When you've got it off, zip tie it somewhere out of the way, make sure it's pointing up. Then you can remove the 14mm caliper guide pins. The process is the same for the left side and the right side. The only difference is this handbrake cable. On the right side, you can take it off completely, easy. On this side, it's a little bit more complicated. So me, personally, I just disconnect the weight from the back of the caliper. I forgot to film this bit, but when you see me put the new caliper in the car, you'll know what I mean. Now you can get your pry bar or your flathead screwdriver, gently pry the caliper off the car. Now you can get your new caliper, slide it into the handbrake cable, then line it up for the 14mm bolt to bring everything into the back of the caliper. Tighten that 14mm bolt all the way down. Then you can reinstall the 14mm caliper guide pins. Make sure everything's tight, all 3 14mm bolts. Snip your zip tie, get the brake hose back into the caliper and reinstall the 12mm bolt. For this next bit, if it's too tight, use your ratchet, don't round this off with a spanner. If it's not too tight, get your 8mm spanner and loosen the bleed nipple. Make sure your caliper's getting brake fluid, then you need to bleed your brakes. I'll do a video in the future on how to use this brake bleeding kit, but get the air out. Last thing you need to do, get your wheel back on, make sure all your studs or bolts go back in and they are torqued down to 100 foot-pounds of torque. And that's it. That's how you replace your rear brake calipers on a 2004 to 2011 Kia Picanto. Hope this video helped you out, maybe saves you a little bit of money. I've got more coming in the future on different cars.